what angels are. Start reading at Psalm 104 and begin at verse 1. Go ahead and read, brother.
Bless the Lord, O my soul.
Uh-huh.
O Lord my God, thou art very great. Thou art clothed with honor and majesty, who coverest thyself with light as with a garment, who stretchest out the heavens like a curtain, who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters, who maketh the clouds his chariots, who walketh upon the wings of the wind,
Go ahead.
who maketh his angels spirits, his ministers a flaming fire.
And he said here his angels are made spirit and his ministers are flaming fire. So when you're dealing with spirits, you are dealing with angels. That is what you are dealing with. Let's go and look at, let's go to Revelation chapter 12 now. And we're going to begin at verse 7. Revelation 12 and verse 7. 12 and 7. 12 and 7. Okay, go ahead and read.
And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels.
Now, Michael, he is the archangel. You understand what I'm saying? I know you may have heard some people even said, you know, this Michael, that is Jesus. No, Michael is the archangel. So now he said Michael and his angels fought against the dragon and his angel. Who is the dragon? That is the devil. He said now they fought against one another. This had to be some kind of battle here. When you understand the power of spirit beings, you understand what I'm saying? It's almost incomprehensible. You know, angels fighting. You understand what I'm saying? When you can read in the Bible where one angel killed 185,000 people. Another occasion, one angel killed 70,000 people. Now here you have these angels fighting. You got Michael and his angels fighting against Satan and his angels. Go ahead and read on.
And prevailed not.
Go ahead.
Neither was their place found any more in heaven.
Go ahead.
And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him.
So now you got Satan, he was cast out, and his angels was cast out with him. And this is where you get these evil spirits from. Because the book talk about evil spirits, talk about good spirits, talk about evil spirits too. So this is where you get the evil spirit from. It is Satan and his angels. Let's go and look at it again. Let's go this time Luke chapter 10. Luke 10, and we'll begin reading at verse 17 here. And Jesus is going to speak how he beheld Satan fall like lightning. We're going to start reading at Luke chapter 10 and verse 17. I just want to make it clear that these angels here that we just read about that was cast out, these are the evil spirits. And we'll begin at Luke chapter 10, and we'll start reading at verse 17. 10 and 17. Let's make it clear that, you know, these are the evil spirits that the book talks about. Start reading at verse 17. Luke 10 and 17. Go ahead and read.
And the 70 returned again with joy, saying, Lord, even the devils are subject unto us through thy name.
Now, you know, the Lord, he had sent out 12. We all know about the 12. But then he turned around and he sent out 70. And he gave them a power to cast out demons. And by the way, these demons, these angels, these evil spirits, they are all one and the same. You know, you ain't got like, evil spirits, that's one thing, and demons something else, and the angels something else. No. But they are all one and the same. And the Lord, when he sent these 70 out, he gave them power over these evil spirits or over these demons. And then when they came back, they said, Lord, even the spirits are subject unto us. Go ahead and read. The devil's brother, they said, are subject unto us. Go ahead and read.
And he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven.
And he said, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. And we read about his fall in the 12th chapter of Revelation. Continue to read.
Behold, I give unto you power to tread on serpents and scorpions, and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt you. Notwithstanding in this rejoice not, that the spirits are subject unto you.
See what it said, that the spirits, what are the spirits? Well, he just told you up there in the 17th verse. These are the devils or the demons. So now he said, don't rejoice, but rejoice that even the spirits are subject unto you. Go ahead and read on.
But rather rejoice because your names are written in heaven.
So now we understand who these angels were that the Lord cast out. They are the ones that became known as demons or devils or evil spirits. Sure. Now, we have that much straight. Let's go to Psalm chapter 78, and we'll begin reading at verse 40. And we're going to just show you, you know, the Lord even control these beings here. He even used them at times. Because the Lord did not create any being that he do not have control over. Because, you know, people think Satan is some loose cannon out here just running about doing whatever he chooses to do. But that is not the case. God has set limitations as to what he can do, and he cannot go beyond those limitations. Now, there are times when the Lord chooses to use these evil spirits. We're going to show you that. Let's go to Psalm 78, and we'll begin reading at verse 40. Psalm 78, and we'll pick it up at verse 40. 78 and 40. Okay? Go ahead and read.
How oft did they provoke him in the wilderness and grieve him in the desert?
Now, he's talking about Israel when he delivered them out of Egypt. You know, when the Lord had Israel there in the wilderness. And now he's just telling you how Israel provoked him there in the wilderness. Go ahead and read on.
Yea, they turned back and tempted God and limited the Holy One of Israel.
Go ahead.
They remembered not his hand, nor the day when he delivered them from the enemy. How he had wrought his signs in Egypt and his wonders in the field of Zoan. And had turned their rivers into blood and their floods that they could not drink. He sent diverse sorts of flies among them, which devoured them, and frogs, which destroyed them.
Now, he's just telling you all the things that the Lord did there in the wilderness. You know, how he dealt with, how Israel did, first of all, and then how he dealt with the Egyptians when he sent the frogs and all that among them. Go ahead, continue reading.
Verse 46.
Go ahead.
He gave also their increase unto the caterpillar and their labor unto the locust.
Go ahead and read.
He destroyed their vines with hail and their sycamore trees with frost.
He
gave up their cattle also to the hail and their flocks to hot thunderbolts.
Now, these are all the things that the Lord did to the Egyptians, you know, when he delivered Israel out of Egypt. Now, he had them there in the wilderness. He poured out all these plagues and things up on the Egyptians. And look at what else he did. Go ahead and read on.
Verse 49.
Go ahead.
He cast upon them the fierceness of his anger, wrath, and indignation.
And he did all that. He cast upon them his anger and his wrath and his indignation. Go ahead and read.
And trouble by sending evil angels among them.
And he troubled them by sending evil angels among the Lord. It is saying that the Lord did this,
Yes,
right?
sir.
So
Yes,
now
sir.
the Lord sent the evil angels among the Egyptians. You know, you wouldn't think that would be the case. And this is what I was saying earlier. There are times when the Lord even used the evil spirit to accomplish his purpose. Now, let's go to John chapter 8, and we're going to read just one verse, John 8 and verse 1. John 8 and 1. The Gospel of John now. John 8, and I don't mean 1, 8 and 44. John 8 and verse 44. That is what I'm looking for. 8 and 44. Okay, go ahead and read.
You are of your father, the devil.
Now he's talking to the Jews here, and he's telling them, you know, you're of your father, the devil. And they were saying that how, you know, they be the children of Abraham. And Jesus said, yeah, I know you're the children of Abraham, but you're really of your father, the devil, because the works of the devil, that is what you do. But that is not why we're here. Go ahead and continue reading.
And the lust of your father you will do.
Go ahead.
He was a murderer from the beginning.
Now he said he was a murderer from the very beginning, and that is what he was, because Satan told Adam and Eve things that would get them killed. He didn't physically kill anybody, but he told Adam and Eve the things that would get them killed. So by them listening to him, it was like he was the murderer. He said he was a murderer from the beginning. Go ahead and read on.
And abode not in the truth.
Go ahead.
Because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own.
Go ahead.
For he is a liar and the father of it.
Now he says Satan he is a liar and the father of it, because he told the first lie. Lord told Adam and Eve, you know, don't eat of all the trees of God, but he said, you know, eat of the tree of life. But then he said in the day, and he told them, don't eat of the tree of knowledge and good and evil. In the day that you eat of that tree, that is the day you're going to die. But Satan came right behind him and told him, ye shall not surely die. So now he lied to him, right? Because God said, if you eat of the tree, you're going to die. But Satan said, no, you ain't going to surely die if you eat of that tree. That's why the book says he is a liar and he is the father of it. So now he is the ultimate liar here. Let's go now to 1 Kings chapter 21, and we'll begin reading at verse 20. I read that. The reason I read that here, because I'm going to show you the Lord going to deal with the lying spirit, but I needed you to understand who the lying spirit is that the Lord is going to deal with here. Let's go now to 1 Kings chapter 21.